If you use Housecall Pro, onboarding with Review Harvest is easy. So when you log in, you'll see this checklist right here. There's 3 steps we need to do. We need to create your integration. We're going to do that through Zapier or through the native Housecall Pro integration, depending on if that's live yet when you're watching this. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to add a personalized image. And then third, we're going to launch a review reactivation. And so the first thing I want to show you how to do is just add this personalized image. All you do is go to the messaging page. You click on change image and you want to upload any image that is a photo of your team, a photo of your logo. This could be a team photo, anything that's going to give them brand or facial recognition. When they get this text or email, they'll immediately know who you are and know who's requesting this review to give you a lot better chance of getting that review. When we send this photo out, we're going to auto-populate your end customer's name on the image to get their attention, so you have the best chance to receive that review. So just click on change image here and upload whatever image you'd like to use. The next step is we're going to go ahead and watch how to create an integration with Housecall Pro using Zapier, and then I'll show you how to import your list of previous customers into Review Harvest to start reactivating that list of customers and launch that reactivation. If you have any questions at all, feel free to contact us down here at the bottom corner where it says, this little green widget where you can contact us for support. You can ask a message here, read through our help documents, or go through this checklist. We're excited to start getting these reviews. So here's how you integrate Housecall Pro. Right now, we do not have a native integration with Housecall Pro yet, so you have to use Zapier, but you can just use the free plan of Zapier. And one important thing to note is that right now you must be on the medium level plan of Housecall Pro to set up this integration. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to your Housecall Pro account. You want to click on these 3 dots, these 9 dots, these My Apps right here. Click there. Click on Go to App Store. From there, you want to scroll down and you want to type in Zapier right here in the search bar. So by default, yours probably is not going to be active. So you're going to want to turn it on to active. And then what you have to do is you have to refresh the page. For some reason, this API key that it's supposed to show you right here, I just have it blurred out right now. But for some reason, this API key does not pop up unless you refresh the page. So turn the Zapier integration to active. Once again, you must be on at least the Essentials plan to do this. And then refresh the page, and then you'll be able to grab your API key. Once you grab that API key, you want to go to Zapier.com and you want to click on sign up. So you can start for free. They have a totally free account. So you can go ahead and walk through the sign up process. And then it's going to ask you a bunch of questions. You can just kind of skip through all these. All right. And so once you land on this dashboard, we're going to create a super simple Zap. Think of Zapier as digital duct tape. So it's just going to allow you to let 2 different apps talk to each other. So if you click on create here and you click on Zaps, on the free plan, you should have about 100 free Zaps a month. And so this is only going to take 1 Zap per time it fires off. So you shouldn't have to worry about hitting that limit. Unless you're really high volume, then it might be like $19 a month. And if that's an issue, just reach out to us and we can build the Zap in our account and just kind of eat those actions for you. But if you click on here, you select this trigger. The trigger is going to be Housecall Pro because this is what's going to fire it off. In the trigger event, we're going to do new completed job. So what's going to happen is when a job is completed, now under our action step here, we're going to type in review harvest. Under our action step here, we're going to have review harvest here. So what we have to do is we have to connect your Housecall Pro account. And so you click on this sign in here, and this is where you use that API key, right? So you're going to use the API key that you grabbed from Housecall Pro. Copy this API key right here, and then you're going to paste it in to this window where it says API key. Let me do that real quick. I don't want to show you. So you can see here, you want to paste your API key here. It'll be a little bit longer than this one. And you click on yes, continue to Housecall Pro. What you want to do is now that you have your Housecall Pro account connected, the trigger event is new completed job. We're going to click on continue and we want to test the trigger. And so if you have any completed jobs in your Housecall Pro account, it's going to pull through these completed jobs as a couple previous completed jobs as some test data. And so what you'll be able to see here is if you click on this little arrow right here, it's going to pull over the example data of that completed job, right? So I'll show you kind of an example of that here shortly, but we just want to select a record here and we want to continue with selected record. This is where you're going to choose this review harvest. So you might already done this, but you just choose review harvest, type it in. Perfect. And the action that we're going to be doing, so it's going to be triggered off of a new completed job. And then the action is we're going to be sending a review request. And so we want to go ahead and connect your Review Harvest account. So to connect your Review Harvest account, you just want to make sure you go to reviewharvest.com and sign in. And then you want to click on integrations right here. And then what you want to do is you want to add an integration. So we're going to click on add integration, and we're going to add a Zapier integration. So you can see WorkEase, Jobber, Sweep and Go. We'll have Housecall Pro in here eventually and a bunch more native integrations, but the ones we don't have natively, we can still automate the entire process. We just have to use a free account as Zapier, or you can use our Zapier account if you want to schedule a call with us. But you click on Zapier here, and what it's going to do is it's going to give you a key. So you can just make sure you have the required consent, create a Zapier integration, and it's going to give you a key here. And so you can click on show, it'll show you, or you can just click on copy here. And we're going to use this key to connect your Review Harvest account. So now you click on sign in right here. And now you're going to paste this API key right here. And it's going to be like example demo account. You can just title it whatever you want to. You don't have to. And then just click on yes, continue to Review Harvest with Review Harvest. And boom, now that is connected right there. And now what we want to do is we want to go continue. And now we need to map the fields. So this is where that test data comes in. What we do is we just click on this plus sign right here. And then we need to map the phone number accordingly. So you see this is a mobile phone number. We want to go ahead and find where that phone number is. So we can see here, we have customer mobile phone number. Boom. We want to map that right there. So now what this is doing is every time a new job is completed, it's dynamically adding the new phone number of the new completed job, right? It's not going to put the same phone number every single time, right? When a job is completed, it's going to go and pull that customer's phone number. And now we can do the same thing with the first name. And so first name, we can do the same thing with the last name, and then the same thing with the email. And so we are map the email in. And let's say, for example, they have just full name instead of first and last name. That's where you can just add the contact's full name here, and we'll split it for you on our end. And so we just want to continue. We can see this is Steven. We can continue, and we want to go back to, if we test the step and we go back to Review Harvest, you can see that Steven was added automatically to the Review Harvest dashboard. And so now he'll be getting a review request here soon. And so now all you have to do is just click on publish right here, and you're done. And so now every time you can title it whatever you want to title it. You could change the title of it right here by renaming it. You can just say Review Harvest, whatever. But every time a new job is completed, it's going to send that person's name, email, phone number over to Review Harvest so that we can automatically send the review request. So once you do that, as long as this is published right here, you'll be able to go to, if you go to integrations, you'll be able to see you have this Zapier integration. If you ever need to change it or create a new one, you can manage it. You can delete the integration, but everything should be rocking and rolling, and you should see the contacts coming through into Review Harvest. So I hope this was helpful. Please reach out to support down here in the bottom corner if you have any questions at all about Housecall Pro integration. So when you're getting started with Review Harvest, it's really important that we launch a review reactivation. What this review reactivation is we're reaching out to all those previous customers that said they'd leave you a review but never did, right? A lot of times you have a lot more happy customers than your Google Business Profiles displays. So to go ahead and get you a good boost in reviews, we need to kind of upload your previous customer list. So eventually we'll have a native Housecall Pro integration, and you will be able to just click on a button and import all your customers. But right now, we have to export them as a CSV file. So log in and then import them into Review Harvest. So log into your Housecall Pro account. What you want to do is you want to click on customers here. Now, what you'll want to do is you want to make sure these are all your customers. So you'll be able to see your customer names here, and then you can go ahead and export your customer list, right? So once you export your customer list, Housecall Pro will email you this list. So once again, you want to make sure these are all your customers, and then you want to grab that CSV file that they email you. Once they email that to you, you'll be able to download it from your email, and then you can go to Review Harvest, make sure you're logged in, dash.reviewharvest.com. No password, it's just going to send you a verification code when you log in with your email. And you want to click on Add Contacts, and then you want to click on Select a File. And so what we're going to do is we're going to upload that CSV file we just downloaded, right? So now if we go, let's just find a sheet that we can upload. This is just an example. So what you'll see here, this is not a customer list because obviously I don't want to show all that data or whatever, but what you'll be able to see is once you upload a CSV file, it's going to prompt you to map the columns, right? So on your Housecall Pro list, you're going to have a column for first name, and you're going to select the first name column. So this preview up here is a preview of that spreadsheet. We see we have two columns, a question and answer column. And if I click on the question answer, The question column is pulling out another preview right here saying, hey, are these all the first names? And so, for example, with you want to map first name to first name, and then last name to last name, and then you want to map mobile phone number to phone number. So whatever, you'll have more columns here, and you want to make sure to match them to a phone number as well. And then you'll match the email to the email. And then from there, you'll click on upload clients, and we'll slowly, in about an hour after you upload that, we'll slowly start to drip out that messaging to get you a whole bunch of reviews and reactivate those happy customers. One last thing I wanted to touch on is that if you want to remove somebody from the workflow, if you want to remove somebody to make sure they don't get a review request, what you can do is you can type in their name, so Johnny or whatever it is, right? Bam, whatever, and then you can search it. And then once that pops up, you can click on these 3 dots next to the name, and you can add them to do not contact. So do not contact means they will never get a review request, whereas delete contact means they won't get a review request now, right? And so there's a little bit of delineation there. Just make sure that you are, removing anybody that's a bad apple. You probably have a couple people off the top of your head who are just terrible customers to work with, or whatever, and you want to make sure to remove them. Or maybe there's somebody that you just knows left a bad review in the past and you want to remove. And so then you're good to go, and we will start dripping out those messages.